Hi, Bhuvana. So lovely connecting with you. And we've spent about a couple of months helping you form or kind of tweak your lifestyle and habits just a little bit to help you achieve the results that you sought. But can you share a little bit about yourself, Bhuvana? Just a profile about who you are and what you do.
I'm a company secretary, practicing company secretary. I have a firm of my own, and that's it.
And your age and your family, if you can share a little bit about that.
Okay, I'm 51 years old. I have two children. My husband is a professor in Great Lakes. Two children, both are BCNs. Elder one is working in Deloitte, and younger one is right now studying in West Pilani. So that's a quick background. Pretty conservative person, not a very flamboyant person, and more of like to keep things to myself, not a big socializing person. That is what I am.
Thank you for being very open and honest about that, Mona. Really appreciate you're another solopreneur like me, and it's always very inspiring to see a woman start a business. It's not an easy joke at all. Having been there, I totally can understand the kind of struggles that you may have gone through to climb up the ladder and kind of start this business. Realize that it's important for you to take a break from the regular corporate job and start a business of your own and serve. I mean, the problems that, of course, it's very, very gratifying. It takes a while to kind of get off the ground, but once it is there, it comes with its own challenges, I think. So what I meant to say is it's very inspiring to connect with another solopreneur like yourself, Mona. And this journey has been so beautiful, even though we got to interact just for a short bit. Even then, I took away a lot in terms of the strength that you carry in terms of commitment, dedication, the focus that you had with your health and fitness journey. So we're going to just dig into that a little bit. But before that, can you share about what did you actually come to me with in terms of challenges? Just kind of share about
Okay.
that.
As you're aware, initially my thought process was more to talk to you regarding my son. So that was the intent. But then because you had said that why don't you be part of this so that we get to understand, and you are also able to understand him better and what he is going through. So this was more taken up on a basis that no, let me also understand what Srividya is doing with my son. So that was the intent with which I came in. But then having gotten, you had requested me to set some specific goals for myself. And so I did want to understand more about what is really nutrition, whatever I'm doing is right or wrong. That affirmation is something which I wanted. And is there a way by which I can probably improve upon myself, both in terms of nutrition and in terms of overall health? So this was the background with which I had started off this whole exercise with you.
Super. So your goals are predominantly wanting to try out the services to see how exactly this approach works, so that you feel a little confident about entrusting your son's journey with me. And I truly appreciate that, Bhuvana. Second thing was, okay, having taken up the opportunity to work with me, what are some things that you can work on? So the number one, I mean, you did come to me with a lot of questions around or confusion. நான் பண்றது கரெக்டா நான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் I've been maintaining my weight. Is there a possibility to see some body composition changes? I've been wanting to do that, but for some reason it's not happening. What am I doing incorrectly? What should I change? So body composition was one of your goals, and of course nutrition. Correcta சாப்பிடுறேனா அளவா கரெக்டான அளவு சாப்பிடுறேனா அந்த questions எல்லாமும் இருக்கு. So these are predominantly the goals that we kind of went after, right, Bhuvana?
Yes,
Super.
absolutely.
So can you talk about a little bit about the journey? You can just time travel, go back in time to 2 months ago. What were the practices that we worked on, and how was the impact on your energy levels, or in terms of strength, body composition? If you can just share that.
Yeah, see, I was always, as I've been telling you throughout, I was always having a feeling that I'm doing something, but is it right or wrong was always a query in my mind, which I was not actually sure of. And I think certain inputs that, just a minute, hold on. So I really wanted your inputs on whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. And there, I think I really got some good inputs from you in terms of, no, this is the way if you manage, things will work out better for you. That is one major input that I got both in terms of my breakfast routines and my dinner routines. I think that made a bit things a bit easier for me. And secondly, on the exercise. So that was a real eye opener, actually, because only walking is not going to help, and your conversations on muscle and fat, definitely, I don't know all those things, nor I've been very interested in knowing those things. But then that really makes sense. And after that, maybe these conversations were probably in my life, and I've never heeded to it. But now, when I'm talking to people, when they talk to me more on muscle and all that, now I'm able to appreciate all that. Otherwise, I was like,
Ah,
no, what is this muscle, fat, and all? I was never keen on hearing all those things. Now that you've told, and becoming more conscious about yourself, both in terms of your physique as well as in terms of கை இப்படி தொட்டு பார்த்தா கூட அந்த கொல கொல கொலான்லாம் இருக்கும். I initially, if you recollect my first conversation, I told you, my sister told me உன் கையெல்லாம் ரொம்ப இப்படி கொல கொலன்னு இருக்கு, இதெல்லாம் நல்லதானே தெரியலன்னுலாம். So இப்போ அப்படி இல்ல. It is not that, at least ஒரு firm-ஆ இருக்கு. So I think those are things, probably some signal had come, and maybe at the right moment I had approached you, and it needed that one bit from you to really move into that direction. So that really helped. So that I should be thankful to you for that.
thank you so much, Bhuvana, for sharing that. So, number one was nutrition. We worked on protein intake, right? Matabadi, your meals were largely healthy. You were cooking those at home by yourself. So, portions and protein intake, we kind of tweaked a little bit.
Correct.
Second important thing was, உங்களோட goal was, hey, எனக்கு அந்த கொட கொடன்னு இருக்கக்கூடாது, right? So, நீங்க already you are a person with a lean build, right? இதுக்கு மேல நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, to build that shape or to bring that tone in your body, it is about building muscle. That muscles give shape to the body. So that's what we kind of embarked on. So can you talk a little bit about the strength training routine that you started incorporating, and how did things change for you?
Yeah. See, because I had told you initially that I am doing some kind of workouts on and off based on some TV channels and all that. But then you put me on a proper regime wherein because I was very particular about my thighs and my hip, and I told you that, and I'm slightly uncomfortable. I need to reduce weight there only, is what I had told you. So then you introduced me to this pop sugar. And I feel that no, that is really good. And I understood that just by mere walking, it's not going to help. Walking alone is not enough, and that strength training is that. See, those are things I've not heard of, frankly. So the strength training, and after that, when I observe, I'm hearing more of that word. Even I was not aware of such a word, strength training. That word itself was introduced by you to me. Because I've never been with any kind of persons who are into exercise and things like that. My circle is very different. So when I only after you introduced this to me, I started hearing and looking out for these things, and I'm starting to know that many people are doing this, but I have been unaware. But anyways, good. Now that it is introduced, I think we have to follow this, and it has to be a long-term goal. Is something which I'm becoming pretty conscious of now. So, and it helps also. And now I don't know. From yesterday, I've just incorporated one more, the Suryanamaskar also. I'm trying to do 21. My squats I'm
Oh.
doing. Today also morning I did the Suryanamaskar. Because it's raining, I do go for a walk also. I carry the umbrella and go for a walk. So because on the time
Wow,
there's
that's really
not much of
incredible.
rain. ஆமா, கார்த்தால தான் மழை பெய்யுது. கரெக்டா நான் வாக் போறபோது பெருமாள் வந்து மழையை கொடுக்கறது இல்ல. அதனால சரி எதுக்கும் அம்ரல்லா வச்சுக்கலாம்னுட்டு
Okay.
ஐ நாட் ஈவன் ஒன் டே ஐ கட் மை வாக் சோஃபார். ஒரு நாள் கூட கட்டே
Wow.
பண்ணல. எல்லா நாளும் போயிட்டேன். சோ அது வந்து எக்ஸப்ட் எஸ்டர்டே ஐ வாஸ் அ பிட் டயர்டு. மேபி கொஞ்சம் ஓவர் டூ பண்ணிட்டேன். பிகாஸ் முந்தா நேத்திக்கு தான் அந்த சூரிய நமஸ்காரம் ஆரம்பிச்சேன். அது மேபி இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திடீர்னு ஆரம்பிக்கிற போது அது கொஞ்சம் உடம்பு டயர்ட் ஆக்கிடும். ஐ presume, I don't know. Yesterday I was pretty tired because ஃபுல்லா உடம்பெல்லாம் வலி. Then I said, let me give the rest for the body. நேத்து கொடுத்துட்டு இன்னைக்கு திருப்பி I continued. I'm fine with it and I finished my walk, my squats, everything I finished. Off sugar alone I'll have to do, which I will do. So that routine, getting into that exercise routine is something it's really, அது ஒரு மைண்ட்ல இப்ப ட்ரில் ஆயிடுது. வாக் மட்டும் போராது, எக்ஸசைஸ் வேணும் அப்படின்றது இப்ப ட்ரில் ஆயிடுது மைண்ட்ல. So other than making it happen is in our hands, and I'm sure that I'll be able to bring it into, incorporate it properly. That is, அதையே நினைச்சுட்டே இருந்தோம்னா நம்ம பண்ணிடுவோன்றதுதான். That's my, you've seen me in the last 2 months. அது கொஞ்சம் அவ்வளோலாம் பண்ணாமலா இருந்துட மாட்டேன். So I will get into that mode. So God's grace, that really helped. So
Thank you for sharing that, Bhuvana. So, important thing was awareness. Yeah, the awareness is something that you got out of this program.
absolutely.
Around why strength training is important for women, especially over 40s. We lose muscle. 1% muscle we are going to lose anyway, regardless of whether you do anything or not. Every year we are going to lose muscle, which means preserving your health in the 60s, 70s, 80s is going to be very, very important. So, Aditya, it is like an investment you're going to put towards that. And amazing open-mindedness to take it on, Bhuvana. It's not easy at all. You know, I mean, I would say age is not a limiting factor at all, right? I worked with women even in the 60s who took on strength training newly and started working. So that is definitely not a limiting factor. But I really appreciate your open-mindedness to explore new things. You've already been doing certain things, right? So இது வந்து புதுசா ஆட் பண்ணும்போது அந்த inclination to learn, really appreciate that in you. And இது ரொம்ப நீங்க சொன்னது ரொம்ப ரெசனேட் ஆச்சு எனக்கு. என்னன்னா நம்ம கண் முன்னாடி இருப்போம், பட் அது வரைக்கும் நம்ம அதை கவனிச்சிருக்கவே மாட்டோம். பட் சடனா இப்போ நமக்கு ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் வரும்போது எங்க பார்த்தாலும் அது இருக்கா மாதிரி தெரியும். ஐயோ இத்தனை நாள் எங்க மிஸ் பண்ணிடும், இது கண் முன்னாடியே தானே இருந்தது, எல்லாரும் பேசிட்டு தானே இருந்தா. நமக்கு ஒருவேளை அது அந்த டைம்ல நமக்கு அது நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி அது கரெக்ட் டைம்.
We tend to hear what we want to hear.
Exactly. And we see what we want to see, right?
Exactly.
So இப்போ வந்து you feel really happy that, hey, you know what, better late than never, I've now taken it on. And tell me about your experience, you know, in terms of putting this in place. Consistently, you've been working. Again, that is something that I don't have to work with you at all. This is how we introduce Panditona, and you also believe in it. That is very important for you, right, Bhuvana? சும்மா குடுட்டா போக்கா பண்றதுங்கிறது கிடையாது. Hey, இதுக்கு வந்து இது பண்ணின்றதுனால எனக்கு ஒரு வேல்யூ இருக்கு, இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு பெனிஃபிட் மீ அப்படின்னு அது தெரிஞ்சிடுதுன்னா யூ ஆர் சம்படி ஹூ நெவர் கிவ்ஸ் இட் அப், ரைட்? தட் இஸ் சம்திங் தட் ஐவ் லேர்ன்ட் ஃப்ரம் आवर அசோசியேஷன். ஸோ நீங்க அது கன்சிஸ்டன்டா ஒர்க் பண்றதுனால கேன் யூ டாக் அபவுட் தி சேஞ்சஸ் யூ நோட்டிஸ்? இது வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். திஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் மெசேஜ் ஹாஸ் டு கெட் அவுட் டு தி விமென் ஆஃப் தேர் பெனிஃபிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஸ்லிம் லிவிங். ஹவ் டிட் யூ ஃபீல்?
See, benefit as such, I told you right at the beginning, I would like to, when I look at myself, I want to feel, and when I go out, I need to feel confident and I need to look good. That is very important. I have to meet so many clients. It is very important that you carry yourself well. You can never say that, no, I really don't like to carry myself. Even being fat means you're not carrying yourself well, is my view always. So so the slightest of the things, if there is a change in you, it is being observed by everybody around you. Just that you might think that nobody is looking at you. It is not at all a fact. Everybody, even when you're 50, even when you're 60, even when you're 80, it's general human tendency to look around. Maybe we don't do that, but there are people out to look at us and comment on us, which I definitely don't appreciate. Though I don't mind about it, but I still feel that, no, why should you even give room for such things? So when you think on that direction, I genuinely believe that I need to correct myself and let me be as perfect as possible. That is one thing. Second, I always believe that I should not trouble anybody in my life for anything. If I am healthy, I need not be dependent on anybody for anything. I have to ensure that I'm healthy so that we don't trouble anybody around us, either our children or our parents or whoever it is. That is very important, according to me. Till your last breath, if you keep yourself fit. I'm sure there are so many people who have been very, very good with their exercises and their regimes. They have all had a very, very peaceful life throughout. And I would like to have that kind of a life, Vidya. I'm very, very clear on that. I don't want to trouble anybody for anything. All along, my life has gone like that, and I would like to continue that till the end. If I have to do that, then I have to keep myself like that. Today, if I'm going to be keen on binging or eating unwanted stuff and not exercising and sitting and no putting on weight, then tomorrow, 100%, I'm going to get myself into trouble. This definitely haunts me. And that is one reason which drives me to always do things right. Be it on your character part or on your physical part. Both I'm saying. I don't want to tell lies. I don't want to do anything wrong. To my knowledge, I want to be very truthful and honest about myself in whatever I do. So that honesty, I was able to implement it. So when you gave me 2, 3 cues on this, no, immediately I was able to lap it up. Why? Because I'm fine with that, and that I needed it. Because I didn't know that earlier. I did not know that I have to do because I always felt that the exercise, gym, இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு ஃபேன்சி திங்ன்றது தான் என்னோட மைண்ட் செட்ல. அது இல்ல, அது ஃபேன்சி இல்ல. நீ ஜிம் தான் போய் பண்ணணும்ல. நீ அதுலயே உட்கார்ந்து நீ பண்ணு. உன்னால பண்ண முடியும். அண்ட் திஸ் இஸ் நத்திங் ராங். ஐ டோல்ட் யூ ஆல்சோ. எனக்கு எல்லாரும் இருந்தானாக்கா எனக்கு பண்ண ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கு வித்யான்னு நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? இன்ஃபேக்ட் அதனால தான் நான் இந்த சூரிய நமஸ்காரையும் இப்ப பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கேன். So what I thought was how to get over that problem. யாராவது ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்தானாக்கா நம்ம அந்த எக்ஸசைஸ் எல்லாம் பண்ண வேண்டாம். குதிச்சுண்டு கொண்டுண்டு எல்லாம் பண்ணா பெரியவாளுக்கெல்லாம் பிடிக்காதா இருக்கும். அப்ப சூரிய நமஸ்கார் பண்ணா யோகா பண்றான்னு சொல்லிட்டு விட்டுடுவாவா மழையெல்லாம் இருக்கிற போது. அவ போன அப்புறம் திருப்பி நம்ம பாப் சுகரை பண்ணிப்போமே, என்ன பிரச்சனை நம்மளுக்கு? அண்ட் திஸ் இஸ் ஈக்குவலி அ குட் எக்ஸசைஸ். என்டையர் பாடி இஸ் மூவிங். சி ஜஸ்ட் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து ஜஸ்ட் ஃபைண்டிங் அவுட் வேஸ் ஆஃப் சி there is no excuses no to be good. You can always find a reason and be good. That is what it is ultimately. So avladha just reasoning it out, and you gave me those reasons. Fortunate for me that I was able to get those reasons from you, and that obviously we are sensible enough to understand what is to be done. So we were able to put it in practice and implement it. So these are the things which actually led me to know successfully incorporate it into my daily routines, Vidya.
Wow, very, very inspiring, and you make it sound so easy, Bhuvana. It's not so easy at all. I'm working with so many women who find it so hard to implement these habits, and it's incredible to see your commitment. Mukyama, a couple of things that I wanted to share here. One is you wanted to improve your confidence. When you go out in the crowd, you meet a lot of clients. That confidence is very important to you. And like you rightly said, the confidence comes from within, right? The way you take care of your life, the way you prioritize yourself, the discipline that you bring in terms of your eating habits, your exercise habits, how strong you feel, all that definitely exudes, in your personality, right? And people are able to catch that. You may not be saying it out in so many words, but when you're in that room, people are able to catch that confidence, right? And that was very important to you. Second thing is aging gracefully, right? ஆர்த்ரைட்டிஸ் 70-80 வயசுல கீழே உட்காந்து எழுந்துக்க முடியல, என்னால இது பண்ண முடியல, அது பண்ண முடியல, எனக்கு இது ஹெல்ப் வேணும், அந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு you don't want to lead that kind of a life. You've seen a lot of people in your life who have led a very, very peaceful existence, who have led a very strong in terms of not being dependent on people, and that was important for you to not be in that space, right? To be independent. That was important. Third important thing is looking better. Again, in some ways, looking better also kind of feeds into the confidence, self-confidence, right? So definitely that was important to you. Fourth important thing is, I really like what you said there in terms of looking ahead, right? And okay, this is the outcome that I seek when I'm like 70, 80, 90. This is how I want to lead a life, which means that today I've got to do something about it, right? Change some things and make sure that my path leads to that kind of an existence.
Just to add on, see, general longevity has increased. for everybody these days. Everybody is living for long. முன்னாடிலாம் ஒரு 60 இருந்துட்டுனாக்கா லைஃப் முடிஞ்சுட்டதுன்னு. இப்போ எல்லாரும் 80, 90 has become very சர்வசாதாரணமா
லைஃப்
இருக்கு.
60ல ஆரம்பிக்கிறது போனா.
Exactly. There are so many. I'm hearing of people speaking of second career when they are 59, 60. Okay. When it is, that is the situation today and that is so demanding. At that point in time, I don't want to be sitting around and saying that I'm unhealthy. Definitely, I don't want to do such things. If this is what life is, and okay, you're getting an opportunity to keep yourself fit. Why not? You've done enough. You've done enough for the family, everything. Now, why not keep yourself fit and healthy so that you now probably you can still keep running around and no, you can do much more things. Not that after 50 you should just sit in the house, and that's not the way today the society is, right? So we have a lot more to contribute. There are so many families and the people dependent on us. Why not? You are also an example for that. You are a living example. You are able to do so much and transform the lives of so many people. So if we are going to sit and no say that, and at your age you're doing so much of exercise. In fact, you are one inspiration for me. I telling Sanjay, என்னடா இது இப்படியே அந்த இதெல்லாம் எடுத்து என்னமோ சும்மா இப்படி எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. நம்மளுக்கு இதெல்லாம் வராது. இந்த ஆண்டி இவர் எப்படி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா? I was telling him. நம்மளுக்கு இதெல்லாம் வராது. மா நீ அதெல்லாம் ட்ரை பண்ணிடாதம்மா. அதெல்லாம் நான் ட்ரையே பண்ண மாட்டேன்டா. She has been doing it for long and she is a sports person. We are not that, but at least a family woman, whatever she told me, I think I should be able to implement it to the extent. And she also understands. She does not ask me to do all those things. Whatever suits me is what she even suggests to me, and I'm trying that only. That's what I was telling. So that is also very important. Gender longevity, because it's increasing, we need to necessarily keep ourselves fit and healthy is something which is definitely running in my mind always.
Very well said, Bhuvana. You can say that again. And அதான் இப்போ வந்து இப்போ இருக்கிறத மட்டுமே நம்ம யோசிச்சு டெசிஷன்ஸ் எடுக்க கூடாது. That will be very temporary, right? Okay, இப்போ நான் வந்து 5 கிலோ லூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கறதோட ஓகே லாங் டர்மா வாட் பெனிஃபிட்ஸ், what can I do today that will have long term impact on my health, and fitness is very, very important. Well said there.
In fact,
So
I don't know whether I told you, my friends came home. I think I told you, right? When they came home.
Navaratri time, right? Lunch or
I don't believe that you are 63. Please get on the scale and show me. I got on the scale. என்னடி 63 தான் இருக்கேன், பட் பாக்குறதுக்கு ஒல்லியா இருக்கேன். அதெல்லாம் ஒரு ட்ரிக். So that was definitely because of the exercise. Because you told me don't look at the weighing scale regularly, Bhuvana. Not everybody will lose on the scale. Start looking for other symptoms is something which you definitely told me. So அது பார்க்கும்போது அது நம்மளுக்கு we are also becoming conscious. Others are also able to observe the change in our looks and the way we are. That weight is not shown. So that is important. That came out only because of the pop sugar which you taught me.
Thank you for sharing that very important insight there about relationship with the scale. I definitely want to share this for the women. That is 40s, 50s, when we are getting into the perimenopausal and menopausal age, our metabolism doesn't work as well as it used to, right? Which is why you feel like a disconnect with your body. என்னடா அது நம்ம முன்னாடி சாப்பிடுறதே நம்ம சாப்பிட்டுருந்தோம், அப்போ வெயிட் லூஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தோம், இப்போ என்னடா வெயிட் அதே தான் சாப்பிடுறோம் பட் வெயிட் கெயின் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. That's because the metabolism slows down and your ability to burn food, to expend energy actually goes down. So you're not burning as much energy. அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற situationல you cannot be eating the same quantity of food from before and expect that you will lose weight. So important thing is women in the 40s, 50s to start looking at your body composition through pictures, measurements, how clothes fit you, because you're not going to see huge changes happening on the scale. The weight and the water retention, or hormonal changes, your body will retain water. All of that will show on the scale, right? So it's always important to look at pictures, comparing your pictures, looking how your clothes fit. Those are better indicators of how your body composition is changing. Thanks for pointing that out. So உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா, I know your goal was கையில எனக்கு வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஃபர்மா இருக்கணும், தைஸ் கொஞ்சம் லூஸ் பண்ணணும், ஹிப்ஸ்ல கொஞ்சம் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும். அது மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து எக்ஸசைஸும் அந்த மாதிரி டார்கெட்டடா நம்ம பண்ணினோம். ஏன்னா it will help build muscle. Another important thing is spot building of muscle is possible. Spot reduction of fat is not possible. That is also something that you learned, Bhuvana.
Yes.
So can you tell me about specific outcomes you noticed in terms of change in your body composition?
Yeah, the thighs and all have no become leaner. Hip also, when I wear a sari and all, I've told you that I'm able to see that it is looking more neat when you wear it. No, it is definitely sari and all. It definitely shows your the way you wear it. If you wear it properly, only it will be good. So you're able to feel that. And yeah, so that is something which is something, and that's the only thing which I have observed as such.
அப்புறம் கையில சொன்னேன் இல்லையா உங்களோட கை ஹோல்ட்
அது
பண்ணி
இது அது ஆமாம் அது இப்பதான் அப்ப நான் இருந்த போதும் கடற்கடன் தான் இப்ப பண்ண ஐ திங்க் இது ஒரு ஃபேமா இருது. இப்போ உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசிட்டே இருக்கிற போது தான் நான் அதை தொட்டு பார்த்தேன்னா நல்ல ஃபேமா இருக்கு. பட் முன்னாடி இப்படி கிடையாது. ஆக்சுவலா இட் யூஸ் டு பி அ பிட் லூஸ். ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு இந்த உடம்பு சரியில்லாதவாளுக்கு வந்து அப்படி வயசானவா இருப்பா தெரியுமா, அவளை தொட்டா ஒரு மாதிரி கொடக்கொடக்கலான்னு இருப்பா, அந்த மாதிரி
சாகி
தான் இருக்கும்.
ஸ்விஷி
அந்த
சாகி
மாதிரியாக்கும்
ஸ்கின்.
இருக்கும். But now it is not like that. I have to tell my sister. Actually, she was the one who first observed that and told me, which is what was bothering me. Okay, is there something wrong which we are doing? Is what I wanted to know, and rightfully so, you gave a proper insight on where I was going wrong.
Super. This is incredible progress, Bhuvana. ரொம்ப ஷார்ட் டைம்ல தான், பட் இட்ஸ் ஆல் ஓவிங் டு யோர் கன்சிஸ்டன்சி, ரைட்? நீங்க கன்சிஸ்டன்டா பண்ணிருக்கலன்னா இந்த ப்ரோக்ரஸ் இவ்வளவு சீக்கிரம் வந்திருக்கவே வந்திருக்காது. ஸோ பிக் ஷவுட் அவுட் டு யூ ஃபார் தட். நவ் வேற என்ன சேஞ்சஸ் யூ நோட்டீஸ்? இஃப் யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் திங்க் அபவுட் எனி பர்சனல் டேக்அவேஸ் ஃப்ரம் திஸ் ப்ரோக்ராம்.
Personal takeaways with reference to the food habits, yes. You specifically told me how the protein intake has to be, no, a bit more, and you were very particular that I ensure that I get in that adequate protein intake, and you had suggested certain food habits wherein I ensure that, and I'm being conscious of my protein intake. That I am becoming conscious now, and so I ensure that I somehow manage that amount of protein which I'm supposed to be equal to my weight. That I have it in the back of my mind whenever I eat anything. So I look at maybe 1 or 2 days, even if I miss, no, the next day I ensure that okay, 2 நாளா நம்ம protein கொஞ்சம் சரியா இல்ல, இன்னைக்கு அந்த protein intake we have to get back to the routineன்றது நார்மல் routine விட இந்த protein intake routine இருக்கணும்ன்றது that is really sunk in, which is not there earlier. அந்த புரோட்டீன் இன்டேக் அப்படி புரோட்டீன்னு பார்க்கணும்ன்றது நிஜமா அதெல்லாம் நான் பார்த்ததே கிடையாது. ஏதோ எல்லாம் சாப்பிடணும்ன்றது மட்டும்தான் இருக்கணும், பேலன்ஸ் டயட்டா இருக்கேன்றதுமே தவிர இந்த புரோட்டீன் இன்டேக் இருக்கணும், இது இத்தனை வேணும் பாடியிலன்றது தட் வாஸ் டெஃபினெட்லி an eye opener which was definitely to be owing to you only. The knowledge which you had imparted is what I got in there. Then, of course, exercise. I'm able to think of only these two things. You introducing me to exercise and the protein. These are two things, definitely key takeaways from me from this program in the last 2 months is these are the two things I would attribute. What else? I'm not able to think of anything much other than if I have to tell about Sanjay only, then I have to tell that. You have to reserve it for his feedback form, I guess.
So a couple of things that I wanted to bring about here, which is fiber intake. We talked about greens. கீரை ஏதாவது அட்லீஸ்ட் வாரத்துல 1-2 வாட்டி ப்ளீஸ் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் அப்படின்னு. செகண்ட் திங் வாஸ் மைண்ட்ஃபுல் ஈட்டிங். புவனா, அந்த நீங்க டிராவல் நிறைய பண்ணிருந்தேன், அப்ப அந்த மைண்ட்லெஸ் ஈட்டிங், மைண்ட்லெஸ் ஸ்நாக்கிங் இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் பாஸ் பண்ணி ஆஸ்க் யுவர்செல்ஃப் why are you eating this, அதை கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோவா சாப்பிடுறது.
And smaller portions. And smaller portions, and while cooking itself, cook it lesser or give it off to people as much as possible. தட்டையெல்லாம் தீபாவளிக்கு டப்பா நிறைய பண்ணிட்டு காணாமலே விடுது. எங்கம்மா போச்சு, யார் சாப்பிட்டானா தெரியலையடா கண்ணா, முடிஞ்சிடுத்து மேட்ரு. I just pushed it out of the house ASAP so that no, we don't sit and consume so much of oil and all that. And it was good also to give it off to people and not add on weight so much. பண்ணதுக்கு பண்ணியாச்சு, கொடுக்கறது கொடுத்தாச்சு. So that was also something which you had told, right? At the time of Krishna Jayanti itself, you had told that to me.
And travel போதும் நீங்க you are able to implement those. இல்லையா? கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா சாப்பிடுறது, மைண்ட்லெஸ்ஸா சாப்பிடாம கொஞ்சம் மைண்ட்ஃபுல்லா சாப்பிடுறது.
In fact, post travel when we came, the weight was 1 kg less than what it was pre-travel. Is something which I had shared with you. Yes.
Yeah, super. Thank you so much, Bhuvana. Now, can you share a little bit about your feedback from your coaching experience, Alada, in terms of accountability, support, guidance that you received? How you
See, I
see
want to personally give a feedback to you. First of all, you are a wonderful person. You are able to really, I don't know, you have a knack of handling people according to their probably, I don't know, you're able to relate so much to the individual differently. Maybe with me, you have a different approach. With somebody else, you have a different. That's something which I'm really happy about. Second, this consistency, small habits, small, do it small, and then no, all those things. I have been practicing all that all through my life. When I'm seeing you and you talk all those things, it was like looking at a mirror because I find very rarely people talk about these things. I have seen success in all these things all through my life. I always do this, but you as a coach, no, I'm really surprised that no, this has to be taught to people. For me and all, it's like it's pretty natural தான் நான் நினைச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். பட் நீங்க அத சொல்ற போதுதான் எனக்கு புரியுது. ஓ, இத கூட எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்லி சொல்லி அவளை புரிய வச்சு அவளை பண்ண வைப்பா போல் இருக்கு. சோ இது கூட வந்து ஐ வாஸ் லைக் சர்ப்ரைஸ்ட் ஆக்சுவலி. ஏன்னா சிலதெல்லாம் வந்து அந்த the other talks of other people and all when I heard no என்னதுன்னு நான் யோசிச்சேன். But now I understand people don't have this incorporated in their life and you are sitting and you're trying to incorporate these small things. அதுவும் சட்டிலா சொல்லி சொல்லி it takes a lot of time and your effort actually. அது அவளுக்கு தெரியாதைக்கு you're trying to do it இல்ல. Really good. ஏன்னா அவளுக்கு அந்த அக்செப்டன்ஸ் வர்றதுக்கே ரொம்ப நாள் ஆயிடுறது. அண்ட் வர்றதும் அவளுக்குள்ள அது இன்கார்பரேட் ஆயிருக்குன்னு தெரியாமலே தான் ஆறுது. ஏன்னா சஞ்சய் எல்லாம் நான் கண்ணால பாக்குறேன் அவனை. நான் எத்தனை வருஷமா அவனுக்கு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். he has never listened to me. But now when you are telling, he is like night meticulously every night he sits and he prepares that some oats என்னமோ பண்றான். சம்திங் he will sit night இது நைட் ஓட்ஸுமா அப்படின்னுட்டு என்னத்தையும்
ஆமா,
ஒண்ணு பண்ணி
ஓவர்
கொண்டு
நைட் ஓட்ஸ்.
ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் அதை எடுத்து என்னமோ ஃப்ரிட்ஜ்ல வச்சு அதையாக்கும் சாப்பிடுறாங்க. சோ ஐம் லைக் நோ, சரி ஓகே, எதையோ பண்றியா நீ பண்ணு. அண்ட் நோ ஐம் ஹாப்பி அபவுட். அதே மாதிரி he used to keep big packets of chips at home. Now what he is doing, small packets, and I don't keep it at home. I'll go walk it down, go and buy the chips. சாப்பிடுறேடா, ஆண்டி கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டியா? ஆண்டி கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டேன், ஆண்டி ஓகேன்னு சொல்லிட்டா. ஆனா ஆண்டி நீ பேக்கெட்ல வச்சு சாப்பிடக்கூடாது, நீ போய் நடந்து போய் வாங்கிட்டு வந்து சாப்பிடு அண்ட் பை ஸ்மாலர் பேக்கெட்ஸ் சொல்லியிருக்கா. So these are kutti things which no you 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 reach out to them the way they want to know really see which is workable with them. That you're able to understand properly and relate to the person, no, which is really appreciable with you. And it's an effort. It's not easy. It's not at all easy. இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து நீங்க as you say எனக்கு அது ஒரு பெரிய இது கிடையாது because நான் by nature, fortunately for you or unfortunately for you, I am like that by nature. அதனால நான் உங்கள்ட்ட இதெல்லாம் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? நான் அந்த நீங்க ஸ்குவாட்ஸ் பண்ண சொல்றேன், நான் குளிக்க போறவே நான் பண்ணிடுவேன் வித்யான்லாம் நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? So that's all like எனக்கு நேச்சுரலாவே அந்த ஐடியாலாம் இந்த மாதிரி வியர்டா வரும். நான் நினைச்சுப்பேன் நம்ம மட்டும் தான் இந்த மாதிரி வியர்டா எல்லாம் பண்றோம். But you are incorporating it as part of your technique and you're doing it with the people who really need it. So which means there are so many people who need these kind of advices and which is what you are trying to impart. And that too subtly over a period of time is something which I was very happy about. It's an effort and trying to implement it in some நம்மளோட லைஃப்ல நம்ம ஈஸியா பண்ணிடலாம். ஏன்னா நம்மள it's all on you. But getting somebody else to do it, no, I have never been able to successful in getting this done by Sanjay. எவ்வளவு சொன்னாலும். But in 3 months time you are able to get him to do these things, no, which is I think a major success of this program.
Thank you so much, Bhuvana, first of all, for acknowledging that. And I think because you are that kind of a person, you are also able to read into all of these subtleties in the coaching, program. So thank you so much for sharing that. And what message would you like to share to women who are hesitating to take care of themselves or, invest in a program like this? What would you say to them?
See, people should not look at this as an investment of money. They are actually investing in their health. That realization has to be there. Only people who are able to realize that will really reap the benefits of what you're doing. And it is not easy for people to get into that understanding. It is very difficult. So that part, if women are able to realize that, no, first, I am not spending money, I am investing in my health. That is the understanding with which, if you enter this program, you will be successful. You have to necessarily think that பைசா போறதேன்னு யோசிச்சோம்னா இது வேலைக்கே ஆகாது. இது அப்படி கிடையாது. இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமே அப்படி கிடையாது. This is something where you're and it is not only health, it's overall personality development is what I believe, because you are incorporating some lifetime practices which will not only help in your food habits or in your exercise regime, but in whatever you do, because you bring in a consistency in one thing. And if people get a taste of this, they will replicate it in their regular work routine also. இதெல்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் புரிஞ்சு பண்ணணும். அது அந்த அந்த ஹையர் லெவல் திங்கிங் கொஞ்சம் இருந்தா தான் பீப்புள் கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். இப்போ சஞ்சய் எல்லாம் ஏதோ இது எக்ஸசைஸ்க்காக பண்றோம்னு நினைச்சுட்டு இருக்கான். பட் ஐ திங்க் ஹி வில் ஹாவ் அ லார்ஜர் பெனிஃபிட் அவுட் ஆஃப் திஸ் இஸ் வாட் ஐ ஃபீல், ஐ பிலீவ். ஏன்னா மெட்டிகுலஸ்லி ட்ரஸ்ட் மீ, கார்த்தால 4:45 விழுந்து சாக்ஸ போட்டுட்டு படுத்துட்டு இருக்கான். யூ டோல்ட் தட் நீ சாக்ஸ முதல்ல போட்டுன்று அதுக்கப்புறம் போறையா போலையான்றதை டிசைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். He is implementing. Vidya, whatever you're telling, he is implementing. அவன மாதிரி ஒரு பர்சனுக்கு இது தேவை. நிஜமா எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் நான் தான் பாக்குறேனே. நான் எழுந்து கார்த்தால வந்து பார்த்தா பெட்ல எப்படி படுத்துட்டு இருப்போம், கால்ல சாக்ஸ் இருக்கு. அது வந்து எங்கேதோ வந்திருக்கு இல்லையா, அதை நம்ம மெயின்டைன் பண்ணணும். அண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி அவனாலாம் எழுந்து இந்த ஓட்ஸ் பண்றதெல்லாம் I've never seen him. He'll never move his ass. எல்லாம் பண்றதே பெரிய விஷயம் என்ன பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். And I really believe that it's going to groom his overall personality, and thanks for that. That I have to acknowledge a big thanks for being with Sanjay and helping him out of that. Did not want to talk about Sanjay here because it was my feedback, but still I'm forced to get into that because I'm seeing that that transformation, which is actually not possible by me. As a mother, I could not bring that transformation, but you've done it, which is, I have to acknowledge that to you.
So Vidya. Sweet, Bhuvana. You're so open. I really appreciate that. Definitely. And so happy to hear about Sanjay's progress. Like you rightly said, these are all life skills. அது எப்படி ஒரு விஷயம் ஒண்ணு பண்ணும்போது மத்த இடத்துல சீப்பாகாம இருக்கும். Because you are moving your personality, like you rightly said, the way you're looking at things, your perspective about certain things. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி டிசிப்ளின்டா நம்ம இருக்கணும், நம்மளோட கோல் இது, இந்த கோலுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம உழைக்கணும். அந்த கோல் வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் ஜஸ்ட் ஹெல்த் அண்ட் ஃபிட்னஸ் இல்லையா. எந்த கோல் வாட் எவர் கோல் தட் யூ கீப், இட் ஹேஸ் டு பி தட் ஸ்மால் ஹேபிட்ஸ் அண்ட் கன்சிஸ்டன்சி. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You cannot take on a big goal and try to plug away at it because you're going to give it up feeling burnt out. The way you work at any goal, be it professional or personal, is to break it down into tiny behaviors and do it consistent, right? So that is something that is definitely going to, these are life skills that are going to stay with him for life, right? And it's going to definitely reflect in other spheres of his life. His confidence is going to go up, meeting people. When he starts looking better, when he starts feeling better, when he starts bringing in that confidence that, hey, I'm doing good, I'm doing what I want to do, I'm really progressing well, that's definitely going to increase confidence in interactions with people around him, in his workspace, so ellame overall definitely it's going to help mindset. It's going to shape his mindset so well, எதையும் ஒரு ஃபெயிலியரா எடுத்துக்காம அதை வந்து ஒரு ஓகே திஸ் இஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் தட் ஐ டிட், வாட் கேன் ஐ லேர்ன் ஃப்ரம் இட். ஸோ அந்த growth mindset எல்லாமே இஸ் கோயிங் டு லேர்ன். அண்ட் லைக் யூ ரைட்லி செட், தீஸ் ஆர் வாட் வில் இம்ப்ரூவ் த பர்சன்ஸ் லைஃப். இது வந்து வெறும் இது வந்து ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லி ஹெல்த் ஃபிட்னஸ் கிடையாது. திஸ் இஸ் அபவுட் க்ரூமிங் தட் பர்சன், ரைட்? So really appreciate your feedback, Bhuvana, and best wishes to you. I want to tell you I'm always available for you. This is not that the program is coming to an end. My support actually extends beyond the program. That is because I want you to succeed. I want my clients to succeed. I want them to come back and tell me, hey, Srividya, you taught me these skills even 5 years down the line, and tell me that, hey, I'm doing really well because of these skills. That is what I want to hear. So definitely keep in touch.
Definitely.
and share your
100%.
updates. Okay.
Definitely, Vidya.
And if you feel at any point, okay, you know what, இது கொஞ்சம் நான் விட்டு போச்சு, or இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் different goals இருக்கு எனக்கு, I want to move ahead, now my doors
Yeah,
are always open.
definitely.
Definitely come back.
Definitely.
Okay.
100%.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
I was
Bhuvana.
able to relate so much to you, Vidya. Thanks a lot for your no, genuinity and no, with which you're doing your profession and the passion with which you're doing it. Really, I want to wish you good luck going forward
Absolutely.
too.
It means a lot, Bhuvana. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful association. I definitely would love to meet you over a meal or
Definitely,
something
we
like
will
that.
have
We'll
to.
get up.
Definitely, we will meet up.
Okay. Super. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.